Hey everybody, welcome back to another 10-minute Marvel video. And, well, today, I hate to tell it to you, but Marvel is lying to you. Yes, I'm Petter, and in episode 3 of Agatha All Along, there were certainly some implications as to who the teen might be. Jennifer Kale pulls the teen aside. And this happens after the teen tries to tell them the rest of the witches his name. They can't hear him. So they know something's going on. And Jennifer Kale decides that it's worth warning the teen about what Agatha has done before. What has Agatha done before, you might ask? Well, she gave up her own son to get the Book of the Dead. The assumption is that's the Darkhold. It seems like a fairly safe assumption. And we know that Agatha had it, based off of the library card in the first episode. Plus, in this episode, in Agatha's hallucination, we see her go over to a crib that's now empty, but in place of a child, there's a copy of the Darkhold. Now, it's just a vision, it's what she's seeing, so it seems very likely that that's the book that she was talking about. It seems also fairly likely she got that a long time ago, probably in her Salem days. But Jennifer says that she sacrificed her own kid, Nicholas Scratch, to be able to get this power. And what has happened to Nicholas Scratch? Is he a demon? Does he work for Mephisto? Yes, they actually said the M word in the episode. Or is he just dead? There's some question around that as to what's happening or what has happened to him. And she makes the comment that it's unlikely that Agatha would even be able to recognize the teen if he showed, or recognize her son if he showed up at her door. Now, the teen didn't exactly show up at the door. He came in through a window looking for the Witch's Road, or looking for Agatha to be able to find out about the Witch's Road. But Agatha has no idea who he is. No one, in fact, has any idea who he truly is. So, clearly, he's Nicholas Scratch. But I don't think that's the case. Joe Locke, in interviews, has talked about how as you start to understand his character, you'll pull back layers and layers and layers to truly get to who his character is. And who his, like, the understanding of that character is. I don't think it's Nicholas Scratch, because why would the soul of Nicholas Scratch possess a body right now? And I think there's actually another little clue here as to who it might be. And that who it might be is actually who we expected. But Marvel doesn't lay it out so obviously, especially in shows like WandaVision. We know how that one went. Agatha All Along is made by the same people. They're not going to have something super obvious happen. I mean, in WandaVision, we were like, okay, Agatha has them in a hex. Okay, what's going on with Vision? Okay, maybe this is Wanda's hex, but Agatha's controlling her somehow. How are the twins there? Did they actually have the twins? Okay, the twins aren't real. Okay, Agatha's not actually controlling Wanda. She's just trying to get Wanda's powers. So I think we have to look at the line about Nicholas Scratch in the same light because it is the same people, which means they want us to look at Nicholas Scratch. Now, I think Senior Scratch, possibly the rabbit, wherever Nicholas's soul is, I think that is going to be talked about. And I presented in another video the idea that Agatha hasn't been down the Witch's Road. Well, I think there's also a chance that Agatha has been down the Witch's Road, and she did it to get Nicholas's soul back. However, Nicholas's soul is now in the bunny, Senior Scratch. And this trip down the road may be a way for Agatha to try and, well, get the actual body she wanted back. But we're not talking about Agatha here, we're talking about the teen. So I think there's a clue, like I said, to who the teen actually might be. And it is who we think it is. It's going to be Billy Kaplan. It's going to be Wiccan. Because the teen talks about how their life changed 3 years ago. And we know that Agatha All Along is set 3 years, approximately, after the events of WandaVision. So, I think, and this is my theory, that Wanda couldn't let go of the twins. This idea of, this little bit of creation, like, she knows that there's another vision out there, whether or not it's hers, but she couldn't let go of them. And so she placed them in and hid them away in other kids, whatever it might be. And actually, I think in the end credits, too, we see something that might hint to this as well. There's the talk of an accident about 3 weeks after the events of WandaVision. My guess is the timeline on that's going to be a little bit fuzzy, and they might be like, no, it's right at the end of WandaVision when she opens back up the hex and something happens, people getting out, there's an accident. And Billy dies. Billy dies, but the souls of Wanda's kids are looking for something to inhabit. And this is part of Wanda's grief, part of Wanda's letting go. She lets them go, and she seals them away so that she can't hurt them, and that they'll be fine out there without her. But she can't find them, other witches can't find them, and they can just lead a nice, good life like they were supposed to. Of course, we know that she hears something coming through. And whether that's from another world, whether that's just the Darkhold tempting her, that would explain why she went down the path of what she did in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Not perfectly, but it explained it a little bit. I suspect that my theory is going to be wrong, but let me know your thoughts on it down in the comment section below. And check out the other videos that we're putting out on Agatha All Along here on 10 Minute Marvel. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and if you want to hear kind of our bigger breakdown on questions and conversation around Agatha All Along Episode 3, check out our podcast. Here on YouTube, you can click on the channel and then the podcast tab, or you can find it wherever you get Friendly Neighborhood Podcast from. And this topic will be covered in the episode that we have coming out this week. But with that, we'll see you next time.